Well, I do want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. This is our first time we've been meeting in about a month for our Health Museum member Monday meetups. Kind of a mouthful to say, but welcome back for those of you that have been joining us as we've been holding these events while the Health Museum remains closed. For those of you that are first timers, welcome. We're really excited to have you for tonight's discussion. With me tonight, I have our Education Program Manager, Ashley Alexander. She's going to be sharing a little bit about what she's been working on while the Health Museum has been closed. It's a really much anticipated program that the museum looks forward to every summer, and we are very excited that we are going to be able to continue that program just in a little bit different format. So you'll hear a little bit more about that tonight. A little bit of housekeeping. If you guys have any questions that you'd like to ask the group or Ashley, feel free to drop them in the chat. I'll be monitoring that as we continue through tonight's event. And then towards the end of the event, we'll definitely open it up for discussion as usual. So without further ado, Ashley, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself? How long have you been working with the Health Museum?
Okay, everyone. Again, my name is Ashley Alexander. I'm an education program specialist at the Health Museum, and I've been employed since 2016. I started off as a part-time summer camp teacher, and I, progressed through working with Global Teen Medical Summit, and now I have a position as education program specialist.
Awesome. And I guess that Teen Summit takes up a big portion of your summer, but definitely more so this year, wouldn't you say?
Definitely, definitely. Teen Summit is a year-long planning project process, so it's always in the background, but during the summertime, it really, really ramps up.
Awesome. Well, I haven't actually, I haven't participated in the camp, not as a teen. And I'm sure maybe some of the members joining us tonight maybe have participated themselves or have children that have participated. But tell us a little bit about what Global Teen Summit is for those of us that don't know. What is the program and why did it get started?
So the program started in 2009, and it began as a collaboration between Duke Tip and U of H downtown. And so that means that it's in its 11th year. So happy birthday to Teen Summit. It's always been about looking at health challenges, and it has grown to include global health, innovation, and technology to address those problems. Until this year, it has been a fully in-person format. At its inception, it was more of a conference format that took students through like a 3-day conference style program that was held primarily at MD Anderson Hospital and at the Health Museum. Now we host several events at the Health Museum, several locations in the Texas Medical Center and beyond, and the students would typically be housed in the dorms at Rice University. Students get to participate in tours of typically restricted spaces. Chief among them at this point would be Galveston National Laboratory, which is a biosafety level 4 lab, where they would have the capacity to work on everything from Ebola to COVID-19 at this point. Like I said before, there's the overnight component was a special part of Teen Summit. It allowed the students to really capitalize on that social aspect of the program and really get to know their counterparts and their cohort outside of their projects and day-to-day things that they have to take care of while in the program. Another special part of Teen Summit was how they interacted with medical professionals or professionals in the field in general. They would get to go to Ben Taub at nighttime and really interact with see the patients and see the physicians and see exactly how things are working. And that's an experience that students have said that they either really shaped them and really really drove them in the direction of wanting to pursue a medical career, or really showed them that they will be more interested in biomedical research or another area that would be better suited for their particular set of interests. So that's always a really cool tour to take the participants on. past topics in the last few years have been epidemiology, focusing on environmental health and environmental health challenges. And this year's topic focuses on COVID-19 and dealing with that global pandemic that we're all living with. It is literally the quintessential global health challenge, and one that probably the largest one that most people hopefully will live through at this point. So it's global working with Teen Summit has always been a positive and enriching experience, not only for me, but of course the participants, but every year is a learning experience, and every year we try to innovate and make changes and make it the best program possible.
Wow, so it really is a really jam-packed week. I mean, everything that you just described could easily take the course of a month or a couple of months even. It sounds like the participants really get a full spectrum of everything they could hope and imagine for.
Yeah, we do our best to make sure that every interest is fulfilled in some way. Typically, we also have a project, and in years past, the project has been to complete a research project, and at the end, they would design a tool or an object, and we would 3D print that object. So there would be a design component, there would be or research and design, and then you also have the part of really getting to immerse yourselves, or the students getting to immerse themselves in the medical field.
Wow, wow. And still that all of this happens within that 1 week time frame.
1 week.
Wow.
The students they come in ready to go, ready to work, and ready to make new friends as well.
That's amazing. Well, as a result of the health museum being closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, what were some changes that you and the team have had to make in these last 3 months on kind of short notice to still let this program happen this year?
The first big change is that it's gone from completely in person to completely virtual, and that has opened up a couple of doors and also provided a couple of challenges, as most people are familiar with these days. Um, so the program is traditionally geared towards high school students, but due to the nature of the internet and it being now virtual, we have been able to expand our target audience to include the general public and teachers especially. So the goal with welcoming teachers into the summit is to give them information, and specifically middle or high school teachers, but to give them information and help them with integrating the subject matter into their classrooms this year, because I'm sure students are going to be asking about it and they want to know, and it's best to have the um, most solid information possible when you're speaking to children, because of course they're going to take it back and they're going to look it up themselves. So we are hoping to provide a vessel by which teachers can come and learn about COVID-19 from experts. Um, in addition to that, we will also be pointing elementary school teachers in the direction of resources that they can use as well.
Hmm. Wow, that's huge and very timely. I feel like it was only the health museum's duty to be able to pull together a structured program like this. It's really exciting to hear that you guys have decided to broaden your audience, and it's not just for teens this year. That you're opening it up for our educators that we very much love and adore, especially now. They've got enough challenges on their plates, so this is really great to hear that you guys are keeping them in mind and just wanting to provide everyone better resources of being informed, especially with so much information being provided. I know you guys are working with the Smithsonian and partnering with some of the programming. How has the Smithsonian Institute helped you guys either bring in that information or kind of partner with setting up the program in the virtual setting?
So as everyone knows, the Health Museum is a Smithsonian affiliate, so that's really cool. But we're working with the broader Smithsonian organization to secure speakers. And Outbreak, the exhibit that's currently installed at the Health Museum, actually came from the National Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C., which is really cool. So we've been working with them throughout that entire process, and it actually ties in almost seamlessly with the content that we are reviewing for the current Global Teen Summit. So it worked out perfectly, and they are helping us secure speakers and in any way that they can as far as securing speakers goes.
Wow, well, that's such a huge benefit for the Health Museum team to have access to that network. And I'm sure these speakers are really great experts in their field. Uh, I'm not sure if you're able to share yet any particular field that one might be featured in.
So right now we're focusing on contact tracing and veterinarians that are working with creating vaccines and just researchers types. If you give me 1 second, I can look to be a little bit more specific. Oh no, sorry guys.
Well,
Uh,
contact tracing
anyway,
sounds amazing. That seems to be the headline for a lot of the stories covering the COVID journey that we've all been on this year. Especially in, I keep seeing job postings for how much that is a need. So that's really exciting.
well, thank you. We're working our hardest to provide the absolute most up-to-date information with the most highly rated professionals in their fields that are available to give us information and to spend time with us. So we are very grateful to everyone who's willing to participate, be that from the Smithsonian or UTMB, Galveston National Laboratory, or anywhere else that we are getting speakers from.
Wow. Well, can you walk us through a little bit of what one day in this virtual seminar might look like? I know you've mentioned some speakers and there might be some group projects, but can you walk us through a little bit of what some of our participants might expect in one of these days?
So a typical day for this virtual teen summit is much different than our usual days, but we're working with it. So students will go through 1 to 2 sessions a day, and those will be their main content sessions. In addition to those, there will be smaller tours, social activities, trivia contests, and small group challenges. So we've gone away from the large group activity that would be worked on throughout the entire week, as we know that people are busy, and we want to make sure that we're able to engage all participants to the highest ability all week long. So we are just going to stick to small, easy, bite-sized challenges, or not easy per se, but small bite-sized challenges that are more manageable for students or participants in general.
Wow, that sounds great. So you might actually get more out of the program instead of working on just one question or problem. You're getting a whole bouquet of different questions relating to the topic.
Definitely, definitely. We aim to really allow students to explore all of their interests. So some projects may be relating to art, some may be relating to tech or engineering. We just want to focus as much on highlighting areas of interest that students might not necessarily know they have, while focusing on something that everybody is interested in.
Definitely. And do you guys survey the students prior to the event starting so you can kind of gauge where these conversations might go, or does it kind of happen organically?
Typically, things happen organically. We do survey the students for ability level, just so that way, if we're pairing in groups, we can pair based on, if we want to mix the groups by level, or if we want to focus on a specific level at one time. Typically, we mix levels, but there are certain activities where we might want to, all the high level students, but typically, like I said, we mix levels.
Awesome, awesome. And that process is all part of the application, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'm going to go ahead and drop in the link. If all of our participants, if you haven't visited the Health Museum's website yet, we've got an entire page dedicated to Global Teen Summit with the updates of how the program is virtual this year. So definitely check that out. There's a lot of new material to read and to orient yourself with. So we're really excited to be able to offer that. Ashley, I do have to ask, what has been the most challenging part about transitioning a really heavily in-person based program to making it virtual this year?
The hardest part has been losing the social component for the students. Um, Last year, working with the program, we piloted our first student dance, and the kids had an absolutely amazing time. At first, everybody was really shy and reserved, and before the end of the night, everybody, even students that we thought were like so shy all week, just absolutely lost it. And then another thing that we got to do was take the students to painting with a twist. Now, there was no twist as they are in high school, but they really enjoyed themselves. I still have pictures and everything from that event, and the students absolutely loved it. Now, that is one aspect that I really, really miss, and being able to take them to tours and allowing them to really interact with professionals that they might eventually develop relationships with, as far as mentorships and internships. So I really, really miss that aspect, and the like I said, the students' ability to connect and interact with one another in person. So that's challenging. Reconfiguring a program that's planned all year long in the space of about 3 months has been challenging as well. um yeah, but we wanted to make sure that we were able to keep this program going, because it is a program about global health challenges, and like I said before, we are living through the biggest global health challenge that, hopefully, fingers crossed, that we'll live through. And it was like I said, it's a unique opportunity to examine this challenge in real time, and versus totally canceling the program. And we, like I said, we just did not want to do that. Now, I understand it's not going to be the same, and we won't be able to do some things, but we are still creating an amazing program and an amazing opportunity for all participants.
Yeah, absolutely. I know one thing that I've really enjoyed with all of these different programs and classes and resources being made available during the pandemic is I seem to have better takeaway notes. So maybe some of the students will have some of that as well. It's kind of hard to take notes when you're standing right next to someone that you just totally admire. You forget to write things down. So at least they'll have those resources with them through the rest of the year and for wherever their career takes them. But what has been your favorite part about designing this new program? I mean, it's completely new to the Health Museum. We've never been able to offer this large of a program on a virtual scale. So, what's been your favorite part about this journey?
My favorite part is actually also the most challenging part, which is redesigning the program. Normally, my favorite part is planning, like I said, those in-person interactions and those in-person experiences. But the entire premise of the program is to be innovative and to challenge yourself. And so that is what I ended up having to do this year. And it's been challenging, but it's also been a learning experience, and it's been fun, in a weird pandemic kind of way. And I'm hoping that the students that participate this year will connect with us next year and really see what it's like to really experience the Global Teen Summit when everybody gets to come and really, put their hands on things.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's a really positive thing to look forward to. Hopefully, for next year, we'll be in a much different place than we are today. Um, Now, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering. We've been talking about this great program. When is it happening? We know it's going to be sometime this summer, but um, can you share the dates with us?
Absolutely, I would love to. So registration opens on Wednesday this week, so that's June 24th, and the program will begin on Monday, July 13th, and it will run until that Friday, the 17th. So I'm looking forward to all of you joining in. Like I said, it is for everyone. So 0 to 99 is what the Health Museum says, and maybe not zero, but 13 to 99. Everybody's welcome.
Awesome. Well, I am going to turn it over to our participants. Ashley, you've done a great job of sharing what the new program is going to be like this year. I'm really excited about it. I look forward to hopefully getting to connect with so many new people that maybe haven't had the opportunity to take this program with the Health Museum before. But does anyone have any questions for Ashley about what to expect this year or about the program in general?
Hi, I'm Christine Kerner. I was wondering, Ashley, it was a great presentation. I have a 15-year-old daughter who has attended a lot of camps at the Health Museum and I think is looking forward to this one. But what's the time commitment? So what time will you start and what time will you end?
So the time commitment is approximately from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and that would include the sessions and the challenges and most likely any social aspect. Now, 2 p.m. if the students decide that they want to continue working or continue communicating. And let me say this, the students will only be with the students. So if you register your child, you do not have to be concerned with them interacting with somebody who is over the age of 18 or over high school age. Those groups will not communicate with one another. But yes, approximately 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. as far as the time concerned.
Thank you.
Great. Ashley, we have a question from Arthur. He's asking, is the minimum age 13?
Arthur, what age would you be interested, or what age of student would you be interested in participating? I'm gonna say that 10 might be a little young. I would advise maybe registering them as a general participant because of the potential rigor of some of the challenges that the high school age students will be participating in. But he is welcome. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome.
Great. Great. Perfect. Well, does anyone have any other questions for Ashley, or just curious about anything with the Health Museum?
Sorry, Christine Kerner again. I was wondering if the teachers are mixed with the teenagers. How do you, is that what you intended to do? And if so, how do you feel that the teens will interact?
No, ma'am. The teens will not be with any adult member participant other than the facilitators, which would be myself and Becky Seabrooks, and of course the presenters. There will be no cross like that won't happen. The teens and any adult will not be in the same program as far
Oh,
as communication ability.
okay, that's great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Although I appreciate what the teachers have to offer, but I just feel that my daughter wouldn't participate that well if somebody seemed like they had more knowledge. All right.
Mhm.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So the platform will be between Microsoft Teams and Zoom at this point. We are still finalizing details as far as platform is concerned, but we will have that information finalized on Wednesday.
Great.
Absolutely.
Yep. It's kind of nice. We've all had a few months to get some practice using these online platforms.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's been, at first it was a little challenging, but now everything seems to just run seamlessly.
Yep. Yep.
And Arthur, yes, they will be separated by age.
Perfect. Well, Ashley, this has all been really helpful. Oh, Arthur's asking, what are the age groups that they're going to be broken up into?
So the main group, or the key group, is still going to be the teens. So that would be ages 13 to 18, or 9th to 12th grade. And beyond that, those will be the only students who have the totally interactive experience. The other age groups, which would be pretty much everyone else, will have the opportunity to view the sessions and participate as far as like commenting if we're doing a live on Facebook or in that capacity, but not in the same, they won't have the same level of interaction that the team participants will. Christine says, how many participants are you anticipating? We're anticipating at this point 100 teen participants, and the remainder of the sessions are open for public viewing, and even the sessions that the teens are participating will be streamed simultaneously, and they will also be available after the fact in most of those cases.
So if you're, I guess if you're an adult or an educator, you get to join in on all the great conversations and not have to do the homework.
Yes, absolutely. So that's a definite bonus. And for the teacher component, they will also be in a special session where they will get to communicate with one another, but the general public session will be unique in that they will get to view everything, but not interact in such a meaningful, not less meaningful, but it just won't be as much interaction.
Perfect. Well, I'm really excited about this program. I'm sure everyone's going to be setting a reminder for themselves on Wednesday for when registration opens up. So again, everyone save that bookmark that I've left in the chat, or you can always just visit thehealthmuseum.org and you'll find the Global Teen Summit page under our programs tab at the top. And you should be receiving communications about it once the registration is live. So be on the lookout for that email this week. I also wanted to mention a few other things that the Health Museum has going on in the next week. Starting tomorrow, we are partnering with Gulf Coast Regional Blood Center again for our, I believe this is our third blood drive that the Health Museum is hosting. It makes a great partnership because we've got the space available, and it's one way that we can safely and moderately open our doors while still being able to serve the community. They have announced that they're, with all successful donations, that they are testing for the COVID-19 antibodies for free. So that was huge. And we're really excited to announce that all of the slots have been filled for this blood drive. So that'll be happening this Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week. Another fun series that we've had going on, we've had a number of live labs on our Facebook live feed. If you haven't followed us on Facebook, you definitely need to check it out. I'm going to drop the event link there. You'll see a full listing of all our upcoming events. We've got one this Thursday that we're going to be talking a little bit about PTSD and quarantine life, so definitely applicable to so many people right now, and I'm looking forward to sitting in on that session. And this Friday, we are once again welcoming our really fun, lively friends from the Great Age Movement for another great session of how to stay active if you are still staying home, and it's just going to be a really fun hour with them. I look forward to ending my week with them. And next week, we will be having another Monday member meetup with our president and CEO, John Archidiacono. He's going to be talking to you as members and opening up the floor to ask questions of what it's been like for the Health Museum to be closed. No other museum, you know, all of us this is our first time experiencing this type of closure. So it's been a really wild ride, to say the least. So John's looking forward to getting to chat with you guys. So if you've got questions for him, next Monday is definitely the session to join in. But other than that, if you guys have, let's see, we've got one more question. Yes, we do have all of the information for Teen Summit posted on the website. I'll go ahead and drop that link just one more time. And everyone will be getting a summarized version of all this information once registration opens up live this week on Wednesday. So be looking in your inbox for that link to go ahead and register for the program. But without further ado, I'd like to thank Ashley so much for giving us her evening tonight to talk about this program. I'm really excited for it. I hope to be able to sit in on a few of the discussion sessions. And I'm sure a lot of parents are excited for their teens to have the opportunity to take part in this program this year.
Well, I look forward to having you, Katie, and to having all of the other participants. I hope that you all register. Please send me an email, which is available on the website. I won't try to give it to you here, but I look forward to, communicating with everyone. And I'm hoping that Teen Summit in its virtual form will still have a great student impact and introduce your students to a deep dive, or not introduce them to, but have them take a deep dive into a topic that's surrounding us all, and show them new career paths that are in the medical field or, research field. So I'm just excited about taking this journey with everyone.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys all so much again for joining myself and Ashley for another Member Monday meetup. I hopefully look forward to seeing you guys with some of our Facebook Live events, or if anything for next week's event with our president and CEO. Other than that, I hope you guys all have a wonderful, healthy evening and enjoy the rest of your week.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.